Hey everyone, today I kind of wanted to just do a sort of retrospective, I guess, on all of my old DS games. So here's my actual DS, DS Lite in blue, of course, and it still works. Still turns on. Let's see here. And surprisingly, the date, hold on, is that real? The date is right. Time not so much, but still pretty good for not being opened in quite some time. And yes, I do still have the stylus, which is kind of crazy. I never lost this over all the years. So this is my entire game collection, I think. Maybe I had more games. I feel like I might have had more games, but this is all the ones I have here now. Okay, first up we have Lego Batman for the DS. This is a classic game. I remember playing this one quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of impressive actually that they fit all of the stuff that's on these Lego games on a DS. And I remember this actually having some cool imagery and stuff in here. Like, they did not have to go this hard for the game manual for this DS game. But I'm glad they did. Lots of fun stuff. I wonder if the game is all like pared down compared to the Wii version, because the Lego games are kind of big games when you think about it. Let's go to another Lego game right after that. Of course, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. Yeah, another one I sunk a lot of time into. I mean, how could I not? These games are just so much fun. And I don't remember. Let's see if they went as hard. Looks like they still got lots of art in here. Maybe not quite to the same level, but it's so cool that they focus on these little touches in these games. I remember playing Lego Star Wars a lot more on the Wii, just because it worked for co-op, which I don't think the DS really offered that. Maybe they did do like a download play. I guess not. Still a really fun game to play. These two Lego games, I remember I spent quite a bit of time in. Yeah, for all these DS games, it's either I spent lots of time playing them or hardly gave them the time of day at all. I'm going to another one I have here. Plants vs. Zombies for the DS. This is actually such a good port of this game. Not only do you get, all of the puzzle stages, all of the survival stages like you would expect in, a Plants vs. Zombies game, but you also get this cool versus mode that you can play with someone else who has a copy of this game. Where somebody else plays as the zombies and you play as the plants. And it's just like a really neat little versus mode that I'm so glad they put in this game, because it adds so much more replayability to Plants vs. Zombies. Oh yeah, the classic DS game, but probably one of the first games I got for the console, handheld console, is this new Super Mario Bros. Again, I didn't play this one as much as I played the one on the Wii, just because that one's so good. It's kind of the first one to kick off with this new Mario franchise, and it's such a strong game, and it works so well in the DS. But I feel like I spent more time in the mini games and the versus mode rather than actually just playing it. I remember me and my cousin on trips would play the versus mode like crazy with the shell ability and everything like that. This game was so much fun. Such a classic. Oh yes, Scribblenauts. What a nice little puzzle game. I don't know if I really have that much to say about this game. I feel like I just kind of beat it and then, didn't really come back to it, but it's still such a fun little game to play. So many different creative ways you can, solve the puzzles in this game. Really fun one. And here we have, it's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, but it's also Pokemon White. I remember I had Mario and Sonic Winter Games, and it was one of my favorite games for the DS, but I just lost it. I don't know how I lost it. I remember playing it on the bus all the time, but somehow I lost it, and I wanted to get a Pokemon game for my DS, so I got Pokemon White at GameStop. I got it used for like $30 or something like that. So I just ended up putting it in this case so I didn't just, leave the cartridge loose somewhere. And I remember being disappointed after I bought this game because I thought it was going to have like the original 150 Pokemon. Being like a dumb kid and not realizing that they like update the Pokemon in each game. So while I did play it quite a bit, I just wasn't as intrigued with it, I guess. So I never ended up beating this Pokemon game or anything like that. Yeah, I do really miss my copy of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, because I played that one like crazy. But yeah. Spore Hero Arena. Yeah, this is one of the games that I like hardly spent any time with at all. I think I was like weirded out by like the creatures on the cover. I was like, I don't like this game. I think it looks weird. But I never really gave it the time of day. I never learned how to actually play it. And still to this day, I've never played a Spore game. But I've heard like they're so much more fun than like I ever gave them credit for. So I kind of want to try to play this game again just to see what it's like and see what I was missing out on. And I actually don't even know if like the Hero Arena is like a different kind of Spore game or if it's just Spore. But yeah, this is one I didn't even give the time of day. I maybe played like, 30 minutes of this game all throughout my time playing on the DS. Ah yes, Battle of Giants Dragons. See, this is on the complete opposite side of the Spore game. I played this one to death. I played this dragon game so much. And I don't even remember that much about it these days, but God, let me give myself a little refresher with this manual. 4 different kinds of dragons, I think, and you can like make your own dragon. Oh yeah, and you use the stylus to attack different dragons in battles. Man, I want to play this game again just for like all the nostalgia to come back. Like look at these different dragons. That is so cool. Earth, ice, fire, and wind dragons. Beyond that, like fighting dragons, and then there's the 4 different kinds. I don't know what the heck you did with this game, but I think it was probably just the sick box art that made me love it so much. Now I've only got 2 more games. See, the collection isn't that big, but here is a crazy one. Here we have Super Mario 64 for the DS. Super Mario 64, like one of the greatest games of all time, ported over to the DS. And this is one that I didn't play much of this one, guys. I remember one time I was like trying to play it on the bus, but it gave me a headache trying to move the camera or something. I don't even know. And also I was disappointed that you're playing as Yoshi and not as Mario. So I was like, what? This isn't a Mario game. I'm playing as Yoshi. So I really didn't play this one as much as I should have. And I've never played Super Mario 64. But 3D Mario games are my favorite games ever. So I feel like even though it is on the DS, I should really just kind of give this one a try. And it is just kind of miraculous that they got that game to work on such like kind of a weak handheld console. Like that's kind of insane. Definitely should have given this one, maybe a second or third try, because like I get motion sick. No wonder I had a headache on the bus trying to play this game. Like, I mean, maybe one day I'll try to play it again on the DS. And finally, the final game in my collection. This one I played more than anything else. Oh yeah, Mario Kart for the DS. I played the death out of this, guys. And I remember I played a bunch of the multiplayer with my sisters. For some reason I can play this game in a car and I'd be perfectly fine. And back in the day when I was playing this game, I never really understood the different CCs. I was like, wait a second. Okay, so no way. I have both of these. I didn't lose either of these. That's awesome. I didn't even lose one stylus. Alright, yeah, we'll leave that in there. Like I was saying, I didn't really understand the point of the CCs. I was like, why do you have to choose 50 or 100? I don't know how I didn't realize that it made the car faster or slower as you played. But oh yeah. Yeah, you can see this game, the sticker on the cartridge did not survive. I think that went through the wash or something. Yeah, and if you might be able to hear that, it kind of rattles around in there too, but hey, it still works, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, this is the final game in my collection. I remember so many fun memories of playing this with my sisters or my neighbors, or even just playing solo, trying to do the challenges. It's just so much fun. And this was actually my first Mario Kart game I ever played. I didn't even have Mario Kart on the Wii, so this is my childhood Mario game. And well, I don't think it's, quite as good as like Mario Kart 8. Because some people say the Wii Mario Kart is the best Mario Kart out there. I don't know, 8 is just so good, especially with like the amount of tracks and the amount of characters. It just kind of can't be beat. But this one holds a special place in my heart. So yes, that is my entire DS game collection. Like I said at the beginning, not very big, but I don't know, it's kind of nice because I feel like I have a special connection with all these games, rather than if I had, 100 of them and I don't even remember like what any of them are about. I kind of like that I have this sort of tight-knit group of games that I really grew up with. And it makes me want to try a lot of them again, just because how much fun I remember having with them. I mean, some of these games I never even gave a fair shot. I mean, come on, Spore, Mario 64, I gotta play those again, see what they're all about. For some reason these days, I've like started getting back into the idea of playing DS games, or like maybe getting a 3DS. I don't know, man. It just seems like fun, and there's so many experiences you can have on those consoles that you can't even have on the Switch today. But yeah, like, let me know if you had any of these games on the DS, or if there's like some crazy good games I'm missing for the console. Because I mean, I think I could pick them up for like, I don't know, $15 these days? Who knows? I know the DS has an insane library. Anyways, thanks for watching this nostalgia trip for me. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.